My name is Gwendolyn Gonzalez. I'm a student at Penn State Harrisburg, and within this presentation, I'll be talking a little bit about direct and indirect calls. At the end of the video, you'll be able to understand the differences between direct calls and indirect calls and identify what are the direct calls and indirect calls within healthcare. Direct calls is a calls that can be traced to an object or a department. Indirect calls is a calls that can't be traced to an object or department. Where is direct and direct calls most seen? Within businesses and hospitals. Who is in charge of determining a direct and indirect calls? It will fall within management. What is the benefit of knowing this? Managers should be able to determine what calls within the company is categorized as a direct or indirect calls. These are an example of what direct and indirect calls would be. So, for example, direct calls will be physician assets, maintenance, and operating costs, materials, direct human labor, scrapped and reworked product, direct supervision of personnel. For indirect costs will be utilities, IT systems and networks, purchasing management, taxes, legal functions, warrants, and guarantee, quality assessments, accounting functions, and marketing and publicity. These, like I said before, are some of the examples where each thing will fall in the direct and indirect calls within the healthcare. So it's very important to understand the differences between these two. So remember that direct calls is incurred by a specific department or calls for a specific service. Indirect calls is when a service cannot be traced to a department or patient. For example, direct calls will be, let's say, if you have an MRI machine that needs to be transferred to your hospital because the one that you have doesn't work. That would be direct calls because the cost of that transportation will be a direct call because you needed that machine to get there. So it will be part of a direct calls. Indirect calls will be supplies that you use within your hospital, the papers, the pencils, the pen, that can't be traced to a specific department because everyone within the hospital uses it. So that can't be traced to a specific hospital. To review what we talked about, understanding the differences between direct calls and indirect calls. And we also talked about identifying what are the direct calls and indirect calls within the healthcare. Thank you so much for watching. For more information, please feel free to contact me through my LinkedIn. Thank you.